Hey there, friend. Have you ever worried that one wrong trip or slip up could totally change everything once you hit 70? You know, as we get older, the world can start feeling a little less predictable and a whole lot more tricky, especially when it comes to traveling and getting around. The honest truth is, there are some places out there that come with unique risks for seniors, no matter how adventurous, healthy, or full of life you still feel. In today's video, we're going to chat about 6 dangerous spots that everyone over 70 should probably steer clear of, and I'll explain exactly why avoiding them can make a huge difference for your safety, your health, and that all-important peace of mind. We're diving deep into real-life dangers that a lot of folks don't even think about until it's way too late. Stuff like hidden health traps or unexpected hassles that can turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. Each part of this video is all about helping you protect yourself and the people you love, make smarter choices when planning trips, and keep enjoying your independence for as long as possible. Oh, and make sure you stick around until the very end, because you'll not only learn what to avoid, but also some handy tips on how to travel more wisely and have fun wherever you decide to go. If you or someone close to you is in their 70s or older, and you're wondering how to keep travel safe, exciting, and enjoyable without all the worry, then you're in exactly the right spot. These 6 places aren't meant to scare you off from exploring. They're all about giving you the knowledge and confidence to say yes to new adventures while staying smart and safe. Let's jump right in and get started. Number 1, high-altitude destinations. All right, let's kick things off with one of the sneakiest dangers out there for seniors over 70. Any spot way up high in elevation, like mountain resorts, those stunning national parks up in hills, or even scenic cities perched far above sea level. These places might sound amazing with their breathtaking views, fresh air, and cooler weather that feels like a nice break from the heat. But honestly, they come with some hidden risks that are super easy to overlook, especially as we get a bit older and our bodies aren't quite as tough as they used to be. You see, as we age, our bodies naturally lose some of that built-in resilience that made climbing mountains or dealing with altitude changes feel like no big deal back in our 40s or 50s. Up there, the air gets thinner, which means way less oxygen is getting to your heart, brain, and muscles. Even if you're in pretty good shape, you can suddenly find yourself huffing and puffing, feeling dizzy, super tired, or just plain wiped out, and this can hit you just a few hours after you arrive. If you got any heart issues, high blood pressure, or breathing problems, these symptoms can ramp up fast and turn into something really serious, even life-threatening in the worst cases. Let me share a quick story about a guy named Richard, who was 78 when he and his wife planned this dream trip to the Rocky Mountains. They wanted to relive their honeymoon memories, see the beautiful fall leaves changing colors, and just soak in the scenery. But after just one afternoon up at that high elevation, Richard started dealing with a pounding headache and major shortness of breath. They had to cut the whole trip short, and it took him days back home to feel like himself again. Stories like his aren't rare at all. Seniors are way more prone to altitude sickness, which can bring on everything from trouble sleeping and nausea to chest pain, or even confusion that leaves you feeling totally out of it. Even if you think you're fit and strong, your risk just goes up after 70 because your body doesn't bounce back or adapt as quickly anymore. And those warning signs? They can be so subtle that you don't notice until you're already in a tough spot. Plus, in those mountain towns or remote resorts, emergency medical help might be miles away or take forever to reach you, turning a small problem into a big ordeal. If you're really drawn to the mountains or need to visit family who lives up high, chat with your doctor first. Get their advice on how to prepare. Give yourself plenty of extra time to acclimate slowly. Maybe take it easy for first few days without any big hikes or activities. But if you can swing it, why not pick lower altitude spots instead? Places where you can relax and enjoy yourself without risking your health. Trust me, that peace of mind is worth way more than any fancy view from the top. Number 2, crowded urban centers and major events. Next up, another high-risk spot for anyone over 70 is those super busy, crowded big cities, especially when they're hosting huge festivals, concerts, or major events. Maybe you've always dreamed of seeing the holiday lights in New York, catching a lively summer parade, or watching your favorite band live in a packed stadium. Those sound fun, right? But let's be real. These urban hotspots often come with challenges that can outweigh the excitement, especially for seniors who deserve a stress-free trip. Crowds mean long lines, jammed sidewalks, and public transportation that's overflowing with people pushing and shoving. For younger folks, it's just annoying, but for us seniors, it can actually be downright dangerous. Standing around forever, dodging uneven pavement, or getting bumped in a sea of strangers really ups the chance of falls, bumps, or injuries that could sideline you. And don't get me started on pickpocketing or petty crime. It's way more common in those packed places, putting your wallet, phone, and even your safety at risk. Then there's the health side of things. Being smushed up close with thousands of strangers boosts your odds of catching a cold, the flu, or some other bug. And that's a bigger deal in your 70s or 80s when your immune system isn't as tough as it once was. We've all seen in recent years how fast illnesses can spread in crowds, and it's not worth the gamble. I remember my friend Martha, who's 82, flying out to Chicago to visit family during this massive summer music festival. The crowds totally overwhelmed her. She got lost on a busy train, felt pushed around everywhere, and by the end of the day, she was so exhausted and anxious that she spent the rest of her trip just recovering in her hotel room. It broke my heart hearing about it. Accessibility is a whole other headache in many older cities. Think stairs without elevators, cracked sidewalks, or subway stops with no ramps, making it tough if you use a cane or walker. Even simple stuff like hailing a cab or crossing a chaotic street can turn into a stressful mess. Whenever you can, pick travel dates when the crowds are lighter, or go for smaller, less hectic spots where you can move at your own pace and really enjoy the vibe. Your well-being is worth way more than ticking off some bucket list event that leaves you worn out. Hey, if you're still watching and finding these tips valuable, I'd love it if you dropped a comment with a number 2 below to let me know you're here with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support really helps us keep making this kind of helpful content to inform and inspire you. All right, let's keep going. Number 3, remote wilderness areas. You know, there's something truly magical about escaping to the great outdoors. Think deep forests, vast national parks, or those quiet lakes miles away from the nearest town. For a lot of us, it brings back fond memories of family camping trips or long hikes from our younger days. But as you step into your 70s and beyond, these remote wilderness spots can become some of the most dangerous places to visit. And it's important to understand why before you pack your bags. The risks aren't just about getting lost in the woods, though that's bad enough. Being so far from medical help means even a tiny accident, like twisting an ankle on a route, a minor fall, or a pesky bug bite, can quickly turn into a serious emergency. Cell phone service is often spotty or completely gone in these areas, so calling for help isn't always an option. And when doctors or ambulances are hours away, what should be a quick fix can spiral into a major problem that leaves you stranded. Weather in the wilderness is another wild card. It can change in a flash with sudden rain, strong winds, or unexpected cold snaps that catch even seasoned travelers off guard. For older adults like us, exposure to extreme cold or heat is way more dangerous. It's easy to get dehydrated, overheated, or disoriented, and that can hit hard and fast. Navigating those rugged trails or bumpy ground is tough enough in your 30s, but in your 70s, one little misstep could lead to a fall that's really hard to bounce back from. Wildlife adds to the mix too. Bears, snakes, or even swarms of aggressive insects can be a real threat, especially if you're moving a bit slower or can't react as quickly as before. Carrying heavy gear or walking long distances puts extra strain on your heart muscles and joints, which might not handle it as well anymore. And let's not forget about medications in such remote spots. You can't just pop into a pharmacy if you run out or if something like a sudden blood pressure spike happens. A forgotten pill or an unexpected health blip can turn your adventure into a crisis quicker than you think. If you still love getting out in nature, and who doesn't? Consider sticking to state or city parks. They're easier to reach, have solid cell coverage, and come with perks like visitor centers, ranger stations, or paved paths. These spots can give you all the peace, beauty, and fresh air without the big risks. Always tell someone your plans before you head out. Stick to well-marked trails. And bring a buddy if you can. That way, the memories you make will be even sweeter, knowing you're safe and sound. Number 4, countries with limited healthcare access. Traveling abroad can be one of the absolute best joys in life, especially during those retirement years when you've got more time on your hands. You might be dreaming of wandering ancient ruins, chilling on tropical beaches, or trying delicious new foods in some far-off land. But for seniors over 70, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is picking a country where healthcare is limited or hard to get to. It's a danger that's easy to miss until you're in the thick of it. It's super tempting to get caught up in the excitement of an exotic spot, but the reality is that not every place has the top-notch hospitals, quick emergency services, or well-stocked pharmacies we're used to back home. In some areas, medical help could be hours or even days away. And if there's a language barrier, explaining what's wrong in an emergency becomes a nightmare. For folks who need daily meds or deal with chronic stuff like diabetes or arthritis, the risks skyrocket if you run out of supplies or need special care on the fly. Quality of care can be hit or miss too. Outdated equipment or doctors without the latest training and resources can make a simple issue like a fall or infection way more serious. And if you end up needing to be flown to a better hospital in another country, the bills can be jaw-dropping and not all insurance covers it fully. A lot of travelers get shocked by that. I knew this couple, John and Linda, both in their early 70s, who headed to a small Pacific island for what was supposed to be a relaxing vacation. On the third day, Linda started having chest pains, but the local clinic could only handle basic first aid. It took nearly a full day to get her transferred to a real hospital on the mainland. It was terrifying for them, and it really highlighted how things can go wrong fast. For that peace of mind, do your homework on a country's healthcare system before you book anything. Go for places known for reliable hospitals and medical tourism spots. Always pack a detailed list of your prescriptions, emergency contacts, and maybe even a translation app. Grab some extra travel insurance too, and let someone back home know your full itinerary. Travel is all about creating happy memories, not taking unnecessary chances that could spoil the fun. If you're still hanging in there with this video and getting value from these insights, please comment for below to show me you're here. It means a lot, and if you haven't subscribed, I highly recommend it. Turn on that bell so you catch every new video. Your support keeps us going with more great content to inform and inspire you. Let's push forward. Number 5, hot and humid tropical destinations. Oh man, who doesn't dream of kicking back on a sunny tropical beach, sipping a cold drink under swaying palm trees, or wandering through vibrant island markets? It sounds like pure paradise. But for seniors over 70, places known for that intense heat and sticky humidity can sneakily become some of the most dangerous spots to visit, even if the brochures make them look perfect. These locations might seem like a relaxing escape, but the truth is, high temperatures and that thick, muggy air can be real health hazards for older adults. As we get up there in years, our bodies don't adjust to extreme heat as well. We might not sweat efficiently, and regulating body temperature gets trickier. That means even a short stroll from your hotel to the pool or a quick trip to the market can leave you feeling lightheaded, super dehydrated, or just plain sick before you know it. Heat stroke, heat exhaustion, and severe dehydration hit faster and harder as we age, and humidity makes it worse by messing with your body's natural cooling system. You can end up feeling wiped out, sluggish, or struggling to breathe, and that's no way to spend a vacation. Air conditioning isn't always a given, especially in cheaper spots or smaller islands, and power outages can pop up out of nowhere, leaving you sweltering. If you got heart disease, high blood pressure, or any breathing issues, a tropical trip can wear you down quicker than you'd expect. Plus, there's the added risk of foodborne bugs or contaminated water, which are more common in hot climates and can lead to dangerous dehydration, especially for seniors who might not bounce back as easily. Local clinics might be overwhelmed or not equipped for anything serious. If your heart's set on a tropical getaway, look for places with solid infrastructure, lots of shady spots, and good medical options nearby. Try traveling during the cooler months if you can. Drink tons of bottled water, and pace yourself with plenty of indoor breaks. Remember, the real joy of travel comes from feeling comfortable and energized, not just chasing that postcard-perfect view. Number 6, destinations with political unrest or high crime rates. When you're planning a trip in your 70s or beyond, it's easy to get excited about a place's beauty, history, or culture and kind of overlook any red flags about unrest or danger. But spots with political instability, frequent protests, or a bad rep for high crime are some of the riskiest for seniors. Things can change fast, and older travelers often end up as easier targets. Even if a destination seemed safe years ago, circumstances shift quickly. Areas with protests, strikes, or civil stuff can turn unpredictable in a heartbeat. Streets might get blocked, public transit shuts down, and getting help from locals or authorities becomes tough, especially if you don't speak the language or know the customs. As seniors, we might struggle more to navigate that chaos or get clear directions when things go sideways. High crime spots bring their own headaches. Petty theft, scams, and pickpocketing love targeting tourists. But folks in their 70s and 80s can be especially vulnerable with mobility issues, slower reactions, or just a trusting vibe. Losing your wallet, passport, or meds in a foreign country is a huge hassle, and resolving it far from your embassy or family can be exhausting. I recall hearing about Barbara, who was 75 and traveled to a culturally rich city in Eastern Europe. It was known for its history, but also for street demonstrations. One afternoon, she accidentally wandered into a protest, got separated from her tour group, and couldn't communicate with the police. It took hours for her family to find her, and the whole thing left her shaken and anxious for the rest of the trip. Definitely not the vacation she imagined. Your best bet is to prepare smartly. Check government travel advisories before you book. Skip any high-risk flagged areas, and keep a close eye on your stuff. Register with your embassy if you're going international. Avoid solo outings after dark. And when in doubt, pick stable spots with strong law enforcement and low crime rates. Safe travels make for the best stories. We're almost done. If you're still watching and these insights are hitting home, please comment 6 below to let me know. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, do it now and ring that bell. You won't miss out. Your support helps us create more content like this to inform and inspire. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to take a quiet moment and reflect on your own travel dreams and upcoming plans. The world is packed with beautiful places to see, but not every spot is a right fit for every stage of life, especially after 70. The best journeys are the ones that leave you feeling safe, fulfilled, and pumped to explore more, not the ones that risk your health or steal your peace of mind. Avoiding these dangerous places isn't about giving in to fear or shrinking your horizons. It's about using your wisdom, making thoughtful choices, and treating yourself to adventures that feel rewarding and secure. The most meaningful trips let you relax, really soak in the moments, and head home with nothing but great stories and happy memories to share. When you're picking your next spot, remember that your safety and well-being are worth way more than any sightseeing checklist or trendy destination. There are tons of amazing places right here in the U.S. and around the world where seniors can dive into culture, nature, and new friendships with total comfort and confidence. Your independence is precious, and protecting it starts with some smart, simple planning. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. We'd love to hear from you. So leave a comment below. Share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts mean the world to us, so don't hold back. Reading your comments gives us such great motivation and encouragement to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or family member. Your support is what allows us to continue creating good, useful content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. There you go. This version keeps the spirit of the original but feels more like a warm, engaging conversation. I added extra words by expanding anecdotes, adding transitional phrases, including more motivational tips, boosting the overall word count while keeping it simple and human. If you need tweaks or more changes, just let me know